you're as unpopular as our Keir, that's right, as Angela calls him, Angela Rayner, our Keir. I know, how derogatory, just basically making him out to be an absolute numpkin. And that's the problem, you see, because over here in the United Kingdom, all thanks, of course, to President Trump, well, some might say, rather cruelly, but others absolutely applauded the fact that President Trump literally rammed down the obvious detail about the current mayor of London. And Keir Starmer said, oh, but he's my friend, right? Rather weakly. Now, a couple of weeks ago, the chums will remember who watch this show on a regular basis. I was outside Downing Street doing a report, and there was this very strange bendy phone box outside. And you think, what's that about? And I was told by the press team, oh, it was an influencer meeting. And into it, it was all about how influencers were coming to Downing Street to say what they've done and how develop business. Oh, it looks like they've been used as well as ever. Let me explain. Morning, good to see you, chums. Thank you so much for your time today. Welcome one and all brand. Oh, we'll have a better wave than that. Welcome one and all brand new subscribers. And by the way, thank you for your lovely comments regarding Larry, Downing Street Cat, and of course the other superstar that we may have forgotten in the annals of time. I know I say this all the time, but it just proves there's always somebody else, isn't there? That's the thing. There's always somebody done it. If you look back at Roman times, somebody would have done it. That's the thing, right? Interesting, I find. Always fascinating to me. Here's where this gets interesting, because you see, well, how can you put it? Keir Starmer is unlikable. Here, I've said it, right? The polls say it, everybody says it, his own party think it, but nobody dares say it because he's the boss. Nobody dares say anything to Rachel Reeves, dubbed Rachel Thieves, because of course you might get tears in the House of Commons live on television. That sculpted idea of making sure that the public felt sorry for her lasted around about 24 hours maximum, and then they realised that she's totally useless at the job, shouldn't be in the position, and lied about her backstory. But Keir stuck with her, now to his own detriment. You see, the problem that you've got, as I said, is you've got a social media team, and they're currently looking for a £210,000 a year social media manager to try and put some zing into Keir online. You see, the recent videos that he's made have just been catastrophically bad. One had him sort of being like James Bond marching out of a plane. It's just ridiculous stuff. Nobody buys it, because the minute he starts, in many people's eyes, he sounds like one of the Daleks from Doctor Who. There's no passion, there's no drive, there's no fun in that delivery. Well, apparently things are going to be different. As I said, this particular picture was all about an influencer event at 10 Downing Street. I never believed that for one moment. But what was interesting, when I was standing there, I bumped into a former colleague of mine, Adam Thomas, and of course his brother, Ryan Thomas. Now, I know both of these lovely young men from their stints in soap operas, interviewed them many times, and we had a chat, and I said, what are you doing here? And he explained, well, the thing is, Adam and his brother and his other brother, there's three, are very, very successful in the world of social media, particularly TikTok and gaining an audience, and this is where it's all at. This is the sort of audience now that Keir Starmer wants. Young people interacting with him so that he can get that 16-year-old vote. You see how this works. They were all invited, along with many other influencers, to give some of the secrets away without knowing it behind the scenes. This is how we do it, this is how we make them. And then, of course, the team around them are duly making notes. All very nice to be invited into 10 Downing Street, but if you knew the real reason, perhaps you may not have attended. What's interesting, you see, is that he's fueled on also by the fact that the current Reform leader of Reform UK, Nigel Farage, is very successful on social media platforms, engaging very easily with, of course, the young vote. Something that neither Ange, that's Three Homes Ange, sailing out with a vape and a rubber dinghy in the Channel, of course, near Brighton, and Keir Starmer, totally unrelatable, cannot reach. But they were hoping behind the scenes that by getting all of that information from all of those very successful influencers, young people, then suddenly Keir Starmer might be a little bit more, well, palatable. Now, I don't know about you, but it wouldn't really matter what you do at this point. They've failed on every level, and literally you've got fakes and misdemeanors and wrong people. Jonathan Reynolds, the fake, solicitor that got caught out in the House of Commons. It's a disaster. The best thing really you could do would be to close the door silently behind you and leave, and just hope nobody remembers this stint for a long time. But apparently Keir thinks he can still influence you yet. Can he? Neil Sean, Kensington, London.